What if the biggest secret of our time isn't hidden, but whispered in plain sight? What if governments around the world are preparing us for something without ever saying it out loud? And here's the strangest part. It's working. They're not using panic or headlines. They're using silence, because sometimes what isn't said screams louder than what is. Since 2017, a slow, almost surgical leak of information has been reshaping what we believe about the skies above us. Pilots speak out. Pentagon videos show flying objects defying physics, but no one's calling you crazy anymore for asking questions. Why now? Why the sudden shift? Some say it's about transparency. Others believe it's something else entirely, something coming. Former CIA insiders are hinting at a date, 2027. But what exactly are we being prepared for? And why are the world's most powerful elites acting like they know what's next? If you've ever felt that odd chill in your spine when looking up at the stars, you're not alone. And what comes next might just change what it means to be human. For most of modern history, even mentioning UFOs was enough to get you labeled a crackpot. The official line? Nothing to see here. Reports were buried, footage vanished, and credible witnesses were ignored. But then, out of nowhere, the walls began to crack. In 2017, leaked military footage made its way to the public. Jets chasing objects that moved like water with minds of their own. And suddenly, silence turned to curiosity. The Pentagon didn't deny it. Instead, they leaned in. Unidentified aerial phenomena, they called them. Like renaming a ghost makes it any less chilling. This wasn't about admitting everything, but it was no longer denying anything either. And that subtle shift changes everything, because when institutions that once mocked start to validate, it's not just information being revealed, it's trust being tested. And buried in that trust, a strange pattern starts to emerge. A pattern with a date. Why would a random year start appearing in so many unrelated places? Why would a former CIA agent like John Ramirez publicly claim that the public must be psychologically prepared by 2027? It's like seeing the same number in different dreams. It gnaws at the edge of reason. When insiders start whispering about timelines, it's rarely just coincidence. It's coordination. And coordination means there's a plan. But a plan for what? Some speculate it's about disclosure, a public reveal of non-human intelligence. Others believe it's the climax of a decades-long cover-up. One thing's certain, this isn't about a date on the calendar. It's about what they expect you to become before that date arrives. Not just aware, but mentally ready. Ready to look beyond what you've been taught and into something much older, much stranger, and far more real than bedtime stories. And if that's the case, you don't ease people into that kind of truth all at once. You drip it, quietly, strategically. Ever notice how the most shocking truths come softly now? Grainy videos of crafts zipping past fighter jets, testimonies from military officers whose reputations are as solid as bedrock. One day, it's a leaked report. The next, it's an unintentional confirmation during a press conference. Slowly, the world is being fed a story, one breadcrumb at a time. This isn't random. It's a methodical, almost hypnotic unveiling. Think of it like this. If you woke up tomorrow and aliens were on the front page, panic would explode. But feed the idea quietly for years. People adapt. Curiosity grows. Resistance melts. And when it finally hits, it feels familiar, almost expected. So the question becomes, what are they really preparing us for? A friendly hello or something else entirely? Something that might explain why the richest people on Earth are building their own escape routes. You don't buy bunkers in remote places or talk about colonizing Mars unless you know something the public doesn't. But that's exactly what the world's most powerful are doing. From luxury survival shelters in New Zealand to vast underground compounds in the US and China, billionaires aren't just hedging bets, they're retreating. Elon Musk talks about multiplanetary life like it's an escape plan, not a dream. And he's not alone. But here's the twist. They're not shouting about it. They're not warning you. They're preparing quietly. That should tell you something, because those who sit at the top don't run without a reason. The only question is, what are they running from? And why does so much of their fear seem connected to the sky? Especially when the military is seeing things up there it can't explain, things that seem to be watching us back. Imagine launching a missile and then watching it shut down mid-air by something invisible. Not once, not in one country, but repeatedly across decades in different corners of the world. That's what's been reported by top military officials. UFOs hovering over nuclear bases, disarming weapons, disabling controls, and vanishing without a trace. This isn't sci-fi. This is documented, cross-verified reality. What kind of intelligence has the power and interest to intervene in our most dangerous technologies? More importantly, why? It's almost as if someone out there is monitoring us, sending a message without using words. Not conquest, not destruction, just control. A warning maybe, or a test. And these incidents aren't isolated, they form a pattern that may reveal the true purpose of all this disclosure. Is it to prepare us, or is it to control us? Here's where the path forks, and both roads are equally unsettling. The first theory, we're being gently ushered toward the truth, that we are not alone and never were. That governments are softening the blow so society doesn't implode when the curtain is pulled back. They want you calm, composed, spiritually ready. It's a noble theory, almost hopeful. But then there's the second path. The second theory is colder. That the talk of contact is merely a tool, a psychological lever to create fear, and with fear, obedience. Think about it. An external threat no one can verify, but everyone must fear. What better way to unite humanity under one global system? One currency, one rulebook, one surveillance net, and all in the name of safety. And thus that kind of control doesn't require war. It requires a narrative, one that's already being written, one silent page at a time. So now you have to ask yourself, what do you believe? Are we standing at the edge of a cosmic revelation, or walking into the grip of a carefully orchestrated illusion? Are you preparing your mind, or letting it be prepared for you? The truth may not be comfortable, but comfort has never been a good teacher. If what's coming is real, wouldn't you rather meet it with clarity than confusion? And if it's all a grand performance, wouldn't you prefer to see behind the curtain? Which world would you rather live in? One built on passive acceptance, or one carved by active awareness? If you want to keep uncovering the pieces they don't want you to connect, subscribe to this channel and turn on the notifications. This is just the beginning.